Hey guys, so I thought for tonight I would do a bookshelf tour. So I'm going to try and get through this as fast as I possibly can because this is the second take. My phone sort of crashed the last time I did this, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so as you can see, I need another bookshelf because this is just horrendous, but we're working on it. So I've got some spell bottles here that I usually keep in the window, but it's open window season, so they're here. This is mostly my fiction section. I've got The Hobbit right here. This is like a childhood relic of mine. I remember this from when I was a kid. And then The Silmarillion. This is a graphic novel of The Hobbit. And then I have a biography on Tolkien, The Children of Hurin, which is the book that his son finished. And then this is Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And then I have some Warcraft books. And I have the Dresden Files, a little bit of it, Phantom of the Opera, Sailor Moon, books on photography because I'm a photography nerd, Snow Falling on Cedars, and then the other one of David Gutherson's books, which is East of the Mountains. This is actually a copy that my grandfather owned, so it's kind of special. Up there are a few mementos from my childhood, and this photo album is pictures of my grandfather. Books on Japan and Japanese language. The Snow Fox. This is my favorite book, Memoirs of a Geisha. I have ghost stuff on Seattle's Best Coffee, pens and all that stuff. Ghost stuff on Washington and then Minnesota, Japanese Japanese like fairy tales and stuff. And then these are all books on Japan or Shinto. And then I also have a book here on tea. Over here we have my Mariners Ichiro bear, because Ichiro is my favorite baseball player. That is a little bag from Hawaii that my mother-in-law got me. These are my dice for tabletop, like Dungeons & Dragons. This right here is a magazine that features my camera that I own, so I thought that was kind of cool. I'm gonna sit, so excuse the noises. This is the Barnes & Noble leatherback books, so I have Grimm's and Norse mythology. I have a few books up here, Pagan Ritual, Prayer Book, the Little Black Book on Dreams and Tarot. This is Tarot de la Nuit, which I'm looking to trade, so I'm just not connecting with it. Scott Cunningham, all Scott Cunningham right here. And then Elemental Witch, Witchy Mama. I've recommended this book in another video of mine. Sea Magic, Practical Protection, Pendulum Magic, Northern Mysteries Magic. This should be my to-read pile because I haven't read it yet. I have books on Asatru, even though I am not Asatru. I work with the Norse gods, so I have a lot of books on Asatru or Norse runes or Norse stuff. So, taking up the runes, the Edda is right here, and then Kitchen Witch. Up here we have the Tarot Bible, Spells Bible, Pocket Spell Creator, and then Out of the Broom Closet is a collection of stories from those who have come out of the broom closet, and they're either positive or negative. So it's kind of an interesting read. I've got books on kitchen witchery, The Witch's Halloween, so it's my favorite holiday. I have Magical Housekeeping, Earth Magic, Principles of Paganism, Witches, Sluts, and Feminists, and Witch by Lisa Lister. This is the very first book I ever got, or I ever read on Wicca. So I keep this for sentimental reasons. This is one of my favorite books on witchcraft and or Wicca, called The Circle Within. Sorry, I'm readjusting. I've got lots of stuff on the moon, so you can tell me being a moon baby. The World is Your Oracle, Dark Goddess Craft by Stephanie Woodfield. I used to have her Celtic lore and the lore and spellcraft of the Dark Goddess when I worked with the Morgan. I recently rehomed that. Dark Moon Mysteries, The Sabbats, Grimoire for the Green Witch, and then these are Llewellyn's Sabbath Essentials. I don't have all of them. I'm missing a few, but yeah, Holistic Tarot, because this is literally the only place I could fit it. And then I've got some more books on witchcraft, crystals, magic, drawing down the moon, Witch's Book of the Dead. I kind of took this one with a grain of salt when I read through it, because I actually don't care for Christian Day very much, but it still has some interesting stuff in it. Books on mythology, signs and symbols, composing magic. This is all about writing spells. Hedge Witch, Witch's Book of Self-Care. I also gifted this to a friend of mine. And then I've got Beltane by the late Grimassi, Goddess Stuff, Soul Goddess, and then this is a book on Yule, The Witch's Journal, which was a Barnes & Noble book, I remember. I really like it. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Defense Against the Dark, The Way of Four, and then The Way of Four spellbook. Paganism by Joyce and River Higginbotham. The Pagan Book of Living and Dying by Starhawk. Elements of Ritual. And then here, right here, starts my to read. So this is all my to read, and this is my to read. As you guys saw, I just got these books. I just showed them in my haul. This is Tarot on Earth from Tom Benjamin. He's a YouTuber here. And this book is signed, which I love because my friend Erica, who is also a YouTuber here at Raw Spirit, met him at Reader Studio, and she had him sign it for me. And I adore his channel. So I want to reread Spiral Dance because it's been years. I picked up this book, Fire of the Goddess. It's about goddess worship. Inner Work. It's basically about like shadow work. Dreaming the Soul Back Home by Robert Moss. Love Warrior by Glennon Doyle. This was sent to me by the Barefoot Taurus, as well as Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Raquel sent me both these books. This book is on sexuality, and it's called Come As You Are. This was gifted to me by a good friend of mine as well. This is a book I'm borrowing from my friend Donovan called Spook, Science Takes on the Afterlife. And then Mysteries of the... I can't read that right now. Dark Moon. Okay, right. Okay, I just picked that one up at clearance, the clearance section. Guys, always check the clearance section at Half Price Books. Seriously. Always. Here is one of my adult coloring books that my sister-in-law gave me for my birthday. And... oops, the curtain is in the way here. I'm gonna move that. I have a book on Norse mythology. It's like a kid's book. And then these are photography books on Minnesota. They have a website where you can submit them, and each year they release a book, and you have a chance of getting your photo in there. These are the two ones that my mother-in-law has had her photos published in, so she's an amazing photographer. Weird Washington, gifted to me by my family. I want to get Weird Minnesota too. And then I've got more stuff on photography, drawing, guitar, art stuff. And then over here I have books on being highly sensitive or empathic. This is the book that I hopefully can get out recommended in my recent video. And I actually think I gave the wrong author. This is Elaine Aron. And I'm pretty sure I said the author to this book in my video, which is Elaine Holland. So that's just kind of funny. But my headphones are dangling off there. Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology. And then I have Fantastic Beasts, Ready Player One, which is right there. These are World of Warcraft lore books that come out every year. And these are called Chronicle, so they're awesome. I love them. They're big books, and they kind of go into like the history of the game. Total nerd fest here. This is just a spare journal that I intend on using for something. Player's Handbook for D&D. Women Who Run with the Wolves. This was also sent to me by the Barefoot Taurus. Raquel. The Complete Book of Ghosts, which I dearly love, This is a book that I got signed by the author when I worked at Borders back in like 2007. It's called The Devil, the Lovers, and Me, My Life in Tarot. It's actually really funny. I actually pulled it out of a box because I found it recently and I was like, I need to reread it. Astrology, correspondence, crystal muse. This was gifted to me by Brittany of Palm Tree Bewitchery. And then I got some books on crystals over here, as well as a really old book that my grandmother used to read to me. That's Beauty and the Beast. And then I have a book on Santa Muerte, Dream Dictionary. I'm gonna set this back up here. Oh, Stargate on Laserdisc because my husband and I are nerds. This is the book called Our Universe. I talk about this in my Journey to the Goddess video. This book influenced me as a child. For paganism, honestly, and my love for science. I have a few things by Carl Sagan, speaking of love for science. Seattle Then and Now, I think. Oh yeah, Life. Life magazine on, there's like a bug or something flying around here. Japan, this is a really old book, as you can see. Buckland's Book of Spirit Communication. I'm not a super big fan of Raymond Buckland, but I do like that book. Let's see, my husband has, I think this is one of his, yeah, Star Wars. He's got some Star Wars books down here. I haven't read much of the off cinema lore or the extended lore of Star Wars, but my husband has read like everything. This is a book in Japanese that my sister-in-law found, and she's like, it's really cool, you should look at it. I don't even know what it is because I haven't translated it yet. Cattails was sent to me by a family member. Ceremonies of the Seasons. So it's just different ceremonies around the world for each season, which I really liked. This is a World of Warcraft novel called Traveler. It's more geared towards like preteen kids, but my husband and I read through it and said it was really great. And I've been meaning to. Encyclopedia of Cats. When Borders was a thing, my husband and I stopped in there once on a date and we kept looking through this, so we bought it. This is a book that my husband got gifted when he became a father. It's just a really like comedic photography book about being a parent. Chinese calligraphy, The Martian, really good. Brave New World. This is a book that my husband read, and then he's also got Game of Thrones down here and The Wheel of Time. So my husband loves those series. I have not read them yet. I need to. And then he was gifted this from work, which is on the set of Skyfall, the movie, James Bond movie. I have my 3DS here, which is the special Animal Crossing edition, because I am a super nerd. And then these are like drawing books and my 3DS games. And then this is a guitar chords book. So yeah, that is my bookshelf. Very, very messy bookshelf. The other thing that I have is these books down here. This is all of my books on tarot and divination. I've got like, I've got guidebooks here, and then I've got tarot books, and then I know I have a few on the runes as well. So these are kept over here in my divination shelf where my tarot decks are kept, and my oracle, and then my tarot journals and all that stuff. So that is my book tour. I hope you guys enjoyed.